Greetings. Alright, Byzantium. We got the main quest. Let's start with the side ones, I guess. We need to kill a person. Probably we won't. Getting back to 47's mindset.
This reminds me of... Oh, never mind.
Personal terminal Dr. Eva Chartrand. Play.
That's top-of-the-line equipment. Better than most hospitals, even.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside?
I'm the one asking questions.
You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
Really, Hagen sent me to kill you.
If anyone ever tries to off me, I hope they do it with the same professional courtesy.
Hagen. I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen.
Lead around, sublight salvage on Groundbreaker. Good boss, beat of a live wire.
This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker.
You've been to Cascadia and Station 1084. I know all your dirty secrets.
What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks.
Sublight took over the lab. Your human aquariums are probably just office decor.
Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation, reduced to salvage.
What were they trying to prove by experimenting on themselves?
We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
Crisis? What crisis?
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
Wait, you're telling me was all about vegetables?
Our produce might get us through the day, but we're getting weaker as a species. And sicker.
Lack of nutrition also spread like a sickness through Edgewater.
The lack of usable nutrients is compromising our immune systems. Under these conditions, even the common cold could seem like a plague. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have.
How about you just grow more food or better food instead of changing the human's genome? Jesus. I like that there is always like an option to talk about aliens. Adaptation didn't save your research team.
Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough.
You burned through a lot of valuable scientists to arrive at zero solutions.
I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back.
Isn't Cornelius Vanderbilt one of the assault cruisers patrolling Halcyon?
It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
I can certainly understand why.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it.
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
Colonists might get unruly if they realize there was only one boot on their neck.
The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand, what else is there?
The board wants to adapt the entire population of Halcyon.
Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying.
Enough talk, where do we go from here?
You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
Ooh. What do you think, Vicar?
It may not be pretty, but we risk the colony's downfall if we hinder the doctor's research.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
I really don't believe that that's the best solution to rewire people's nuclei. Why not focus on plants instead? What do you think, Ellie?
I try not to, least when it comes to the moral dilemmas.
You're useless.
Lilia Hagen's a useful ally to have, but I'll back you up either way.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain. I leave it in your hands.
You know, Phineas Wells, if you work with him, I'll spare you.
The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander?
That didn't take much convincing.
If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it. I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive.
Ooh, 150 persuade. Because the fate of the colony is in my hands.
You sure have an inflated sense of self-importance, but that doesn't make you wrong. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
I feel like I just sounded like Jack Black, super overacting, but it was for the sake of a joke, and he does it for serious. All right, we got another person for our mad scientist.
I believe your choice to spare Chartrand would be considered the honorable path, yes? Sublight's money is inconsequential in the face of ethics. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Need to rewatch that secret level episode after I played this game. There was definitely Auntie Cleo in there, and yeah, that's about what I remember. I wonder how faithful would that episode look now.
CMP
Actually familiar with the world that this presents here. Just not really that much. It's really not how much I expected to see.
Is it done?
I spoke to Chartrand. I'm not going to kill her.
Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here?
You misunderstood Chartrand's research. She's our best shot at survival in housing.
You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
This is why I always ask for half my payment up front.
What a surprise. Seems we're no longer wanted here.
Yeah, whatever. Was the last quest anyway, probably. Okay, let's find providing fucking clothes. Like, we have to do for this lady everything. Buying soap,
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
food, and clothes.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an orrery.
It's very weird fucking design. Like,
I love Byzantium.
you can't really see this sign properly from anywhere. You have to tilt your head like this.
You with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it.
That's me, rugged and well-traveled.
Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew from the moment I laid eyes on you that I'd found my muse. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
What Byzantium needs is to be taken apart break by break.
Yes, perfect! That rakish audacity is exactly what I'm after. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
Sounds like fun, count me in.
Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me.
What's the benefit of seeing me wear it?
My dear, fashion is a performance art. An outfit without a body is like an instrument without a player. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job.
I'll see what I can do.
Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
Fuck. I had a iconoclast gear, but now I don't know where to find it anymore because I sold it all. My engineer's going on a date. She's in need of a fine outfit.
Well, for the good law's sake, darling, how can you expect me to dress her properly?
Is she here now?
Fetch her here so I can take her measurements and judge
the
her
subtitles
aesthetic.
didn't match. Oh yeah, I should bring her. When am I supposed to find spacer gear?
If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker. For you, anything.
Have you ever been outside of Byzantium?
Outside Byzantium? Of course not. There's nothing for me outside Byzantium.
Yet you're sending me all over Halcyon.
Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't belong outside Byzantium any more than a fish belongs on the land. Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium wouldn't last 3 days without me. I'd return to a smoking ruin of hideous fabrics and mismatched colors.
You said I was exactly what Byzantium needs. What did you mean?
Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city is so dreadfully stale. I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. You clearly don't belong in Byzantium, and yet you strut about, doing as you please.
Élan vital. There's Élan vital. Did you say Élan vital? It is vital. From Hungarian? What? Vital force. Philosophical term coined by Henry Bergson. Yeah, it is French. There's a hypothetical explanation for evolution and development of organisms, which Bergson linked closely with consciousness, the intuitive perception of experience and the flow of inner time. What? That doesn't explain much. Alright. Never heard of a tailor who wants to make people uncomfortable.
I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. I'm an artist. It's my job to make you uncomfortable.
I see, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Celeste needs to see what the rest of Halcyon wears outside the Byzantium. Speaks to Celeste while wearing a suit of armor and headpiece from the following sets: Iconoclast, Marauder, Spacer. Shit, I had Iconoclast. I'm not sure even where to find it anymore, because I killed them all. Well, let's go with Ellie.
Remember that stranger I saw?
Quest, I guess. Then we get per body.
My dear fellow, I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be here. Oh, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it look like I'm up to something? Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I?
Yeah, you're in big trouble. Now, why don't you tell me what you did?
I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little legs. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then.
You're really not helping your case.
They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals.
I could look for your sprats, I guess.
Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green. Please, do take care, and do mind the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, I still want their bodies. For science, of course.
What are the maintenance tunnels beneath the Byzantium for?
Well, to maintain things, of course. Like big, humming machine things with gears. And pipes. Water pipes. Air pipes. All sorts of pipes. That's why they connect the city from the Acropolis district to here.
But why won't you go into the towns yourself?
Everyone knows sewer sprats carry diseases. And the exterminator mechanicals have been known to fire on larger targets. Why they'd do that when they're only supposed to attack sprats, I've no idea. But there are rumors.
Rumors like what?
Some people say there are strange things in those tunnels. Assassins. A room full of murderous automechanicals. Monsters hungry for human flesh. A hidden bureaucratic purgatory where things and people are lost forever. Not that I place any stock in silly rumors,
And
of course.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why are there exterminator mechanicals in the tunnels?
To deal with the sewer sprats, of course. They're quite the nuisance.
I'm wondering why you're so attached to these sprats.
They're for my, research.
Out with it already.
Oh, very well. It's true. I do run studies on them at the lab, but I also have a special connection with them. See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes.
Just tell me what this has to do with your sprats.
Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, their stories can live on in rodent form. So you see, it's imperative that I get them all back.
So your sprats are... what are their names?
Not just names, they all have backstories too. There's Lord Reginald Kim III, Lady Philippa Farnsworth, Vonda von Vermington, Haroon Greenlee, Iskander Emmanuel Sanchez, and Evelyn Ensley Okoye.
Jesus. Who are Lord Reginald and Lady Philippa?
Ah, she's the chief executive of Farnsworth Incorporated and a fearless captain of industry. He's a mercurial shareholder. They're in a rather tumultuous marriage contract.
What's Wanda's story?
She's an ambitious shareholder in Farnsworth Incorporated who wants more than stock. Or does she? It's difficult to tell what exactly she's after, but she is trying to seduce both Lord Reginald and Lady Philippa.
I'm curious about Harun Greenlee and Iskander Emmanuel Sanchez.
So is everyone. Harun is a mysterious young man with amnesia. His backstory's still a work in progress. Iskander is Lady Philippa's trusty assistant. He's trying to seduce Vonda.
Who's Evelyn Ensley Okoye?
She's a member of Farnsworth Incorporated's regulatory board. A wise woman with a sharp tongue and a heart of gold.
Who am I kidding? I don't need to hear about all this.
Something else?
You seem surprised I'd help you.
I still am. After all, I'm a person of very little influence and only middling prospects. No one does favors for free. But I must say, I'm far too distressed to think critically about your suspiciously kind offer.
Farewell. Guess we're doing this now.
Now switching to garbage disposal. Process
Get on!
in area investigated. Searching.
Where are they?
Nice one, Captain!
A corrosive pistol does 400 damage to these guys? I need to test. And others. What is this? Looks like coke. Come here, little guy. I think so far all of them are alive.
Excellent hit! Nice one!
I thought nothing fun ever happened in this town.
Obalas. So, like, is there the similar way I could upgrade the guns without, like, exponential cost increase? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing that anywhere. Similar to the science weapons. It's like engineering perk. Yeah, you can get mods back, but that's it. Like right now, the level of the gun is 17. This is Not even close. Acropolis district. Okay, so I could get to that if I ever need it. Through the sewers, which is a classic thing in all RPG games.
Any luck finding my sprats?
I have them all.
Truly? Why, this is marvelous! And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald, Philippa, Vonda, Haroon, Iskander, Evelyn, I'm never letting you out of my sight again! Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the best I can offer for the safe return of my darlings. Now, I've got to get back to the lab before my supervisor logs my absence.
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing in this city work anymore?
Huh?
Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Of course. You may address me however you wish.
Vicky, huh? Okay, Vicky it is. You're really gonna let me run with that, aren't you?
Why wouldn't I?
That's a good strategy. Just accept whatever they call you. Or even call yourself something funny.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
That's not all I smell.
Because, like, when you start to care about nicknames and let people know that you don't like them, it gives those names even more power. It's like, this is the leverage on you.
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Nah, should I should I do like the horrible choices? Or just go reverse and just be very nice? It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for welcoming us into your home.
I don't know what to say. He's usually not like this. Come on, you're supposed to help me make an impression. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into, right?
Indeed, I've saved towns and restored property across Halcyon.
Are you trying to make me look bad?
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
Don't treat her like that. She's come a long way to see you.
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so it's not like we went out of our way. But you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
Hold up. These floors aren't just nice, they're top quality marble.
He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
Don't sound so disappointed about it.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
But I'm sure you're much happier now knowing Ellie's alive and well, right?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
So tell them Ellie's back. You'll be the talk of the town.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
I'll have you know Ellie's a professional miscreant.
Shh! Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
That's a pretty funny story.
Hey! You're supposed to be on my side. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
Damn. You people should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, we're trying to avoid further embarrassment.
I'm afraid it would cause quite a stir if the neighbors saw you two stomping about.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain.
No.
fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Let's punish them. Let's tell everybody and ruin their lives.
Let's talk outside.
Oh. Not talking right next to the other NPCs? That's commendable. Yes.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
How did you think that would go?
I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
And then what?
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
How about it's payback time and I'm collecting you with interest?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
Hey, chin up, you better than this.
I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain.
I'm sorry, it's a rough situation.
I'm used to rough situations. Like when someone loads your pistol with blanks and strands you in a Marauder moonbase, or traps you in an airlock with an angry mantis worm.
I think there is a lesson here, Ellie.
Uh-oh, it looks like we're in for a big talk.
You can learn something from this. It's up to you to determine what it is. Everyone's only out for themselves. You've seen that now. You got to surround yourself with people who will really look out for you. You've got to surround yourself with people who really look out for you.
Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they can swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
But you're not dead. Keep talking.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me.
What?
I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
How? So, how do we do this?
My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind?
Yeah, let's get with that.
If there's one thing you could say about Lucky Money...
so it doesn't distract me.
Dr. Fenhill, have you ever contemplated the fact that we have no
Dr.
direct
Fenhill.
experience of our own heads?
As usual, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So many yearn for the opportunities you disdain. There are those who would give their hand to be born in Byzantium as you were.
Now, why couldn't he just have said that in the first place?
If Hortense yells at me about vagrants one more time...
It's on the same planet as Terra 2, just a different place. GHIG, Secure Mailbox System trademark. It's a letter in this mailbox addressed to the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group's satellite office in Fallbrook on the planet Monarch.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
What?
We're now in orbit above.
It's going to be
Fallbrook, Captain.
that rich guy. It's funny that this village has its own landing pad for the ships.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Duly noted.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Huh? Why?
Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch, but financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can... what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
They're dodging authorities.
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity. Plus, Sublight keeps this place running remarkably well, and they sure drive business our direction.
I need to change the beneficiary on Marilyn Fenhill's life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Phew. Oh, what else can you tell me?
Are you serious?
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Furthermore, The claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market.
So how would I amend that claim?
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Okay, but how would I change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Weird that she still explains how to do it. Oh, I guess she's setting up for a bribe. Marilyn Fanhill isn't there.
Of course she is. The paperwork says so.
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with impossibly fine bone structure. That couldn't possibly be you.
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
That doesn't help. You'll do this or you'll be filing your own claim. Or should we just bribe? I don't really need money. I've got 1,216 bits. Nobody bribes with this kind of money. When you give a bribe, you give it like in round numbers. Like what the fuck? Like why specifically this much money? I don't understand. Did they set it up with like percentage of your all current money with some kind of formula or what?
I'm forbidden from accepting bribes, no matter how tempting.
Look at it as a fine that I'm paying in advance.
The employee handbook doesn't say anything about that. Very well. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
What else can you tell me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares. Speaking of actors, you're a dead ringer for the new Odeon Pictures star. You must get that all the time.
Oh, that's funny. Who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
Disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
That's all I need to know.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
That's all for now.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
If that's all you wanted, you could have stayed in Byzantium.
Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Real jobs?
Maybe as line holders or warm bodies?
Those are real jobs?
Oh, sure. You've got to wait in line for just about anything in Byzantium, and not everyone has the time or inclination to do it themselves. As for warm bodies, some companies like to keep extra workers on site to look more productive.
And they just do nothing?
Oh no, there's lots of paper shuffling and pen clicking that goes on. The really good ones know how to leave sticky notes in just the right places. See, this is why I had to get out of Byzantium. Not sure what comes next for me, though. I've never been much of a planner.
You've got to plan ahead at some point.
You talk like someone who likes lists. Maybe you haven't noticed, but you can't even count on a bribe making it into the right pocket. What's the point of planning for anything around here?
That's the kind of thinking that's running this place into the crapper.
Hate to say it, but Halcyon's already there. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
I appreciate it, but I didn't do it for the money.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble?
You're my friend, Ellie. This is what friends do.
You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you.
Friendship is important. What else are we fighting for, if not for the people we care about?
You don't have to get all mushy about it. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests.
Wouldn't want to be indebted to me, huh?
It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code. Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh? Something...
Level up. Well, intimidate is also often comes up in conversations. Ellie gives 24 engineering, Jesus. Beyond the grave perk, see Ellie's... What? Oh, for completing her side quest, I guess. Where is it? Cost of bribes minus 50%. That's funny. But, like, whenever she's with you? Oh, maybe the cost of bribes also depends on, like, some other skills. Would be cool if I actually, like, indicated that anywhere. If that's the case.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
Like, if you go to character, skills, persuade, there's no indication. Intimidate, nope.
So that puddle I stepped in?
Okay.
That wasn't beer.
So, can we find the armor somewhere here? There are traders somewhere.
Now there's a woman who knows what she wants.
My dry goods. No.
That's armored ballistics. Like spacers would be on the Groundbreaker, right?
You shopping for pre-owned? If you bloody it, you buy it. Store policy.
Who's the top dog in these parts?
Town Sublight owned and run. Caters to a variety of clientele. The one you want to avoid pissing off the most is Catherine. Prove bad for her business, and she'll kneecap you without a second thought.
A town built into the side of a mountain. You don't see one of those every day.
Yeah, and? Do I look like the city planner? I wasn't exactly consulted on the blueprints when Catherine started building out Fallbrook. But now that you mention it, I reckon she had her reasons to hide us.
From who? Monarch is a lawless land.
We got smugglers, outlaws, mavericks, and Byzantium socialites flying in and out of Fallbrook all the time. Why openly spit in the board's eye?
Why the socialites?
They're so self-important the way they strut around, preening and flashing their pricey gadgets. Makes for easy marks. Keeps our pockets lined with bits.
But why are they coming here? So what's happening with iconoclasts? Because I need their armor.
Crazy town. Never change.
They are aggressive. Durable guards. It's not marked as iconoclast armor. Hephaestus. Who refills those? Makes no sense. So fucking
What was
annoying.
that?
Where am I going to find armor? Oh, Antiride Hephaestus. There's no pointer. It's gotta be here, but like, they don't wear their own armor for some reason, or you get the very standard one. Ooh. There's nothing here. Oh yeah, I lost my sniper rifle.
What was that?
We got trouble. Get him!
Take him down! Damn it!
I got another spike for me.
Vented Monarch helmet? Hephaestus. Maybe it still will work? I don't know, maybe there's like a multiple types of armor that would fit.
Huh? I thought I saw.
Good work, Captain. Our victory is their defeat.
I think they just respawned. I already killed them in this place.
You threw off the constraints of proper society and abandoned a life of luxury to live as an outlaw.
You finally get me, Vicar.
I not only get you, I applaud you. Not many would have had the courage to turn their back on luxury. Not to speak of the pressure you must have been under to fulfill the role you'd been assigned. Any regrets? Thoughts of not belonging, of not being where you're supposed to be?
I'm always where I'm supposed to be. Here and now.
Bravo! I couldn't have put it better myself.
Alright, one sec. Well, let's hope this actually works out. I like how the icon of the vendor is still here, even though he dipped. Wait, was it pointing to? No, no, it was pointing to here.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I've always
Goodness. Look at those atrocious contours.
Huh.
The sheer brutality of its design offends the senses and shocks the mind into a state of palpable excitement. I adore it! 2 outfits remain. I can't wait to see what you'll bring me. Something shocking, I hope.
Let's talk about that outfit for my engineer.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
6,000 bit. What does this mean? Would that change her attitude? Like, what does this imply? She's an engineer. You think she can afford that? She needs to impress her true love.
Love? That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you.
Hold up. Did you actually measure her for this outfit? I didn't see any measuring tape.
Darling, do I look like an amateur? I read her measurements by eye. And don't you ask, because they're no one's business but her own.
I guess I can swing 3,000 bits.
There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour. And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
What?
I can't. What can...
Okay. Intimidation with glasses? Increases the distance you travel when dodging. Is there anything special? No. 113 armor, Jesus. Determination, melee, leadership. It's not great. Could be good for my folks, I guess.
I can't... What...
Lockpick plus 10. Well, I guess I have to keep it. Although, stealth skills would be... So, lockpick plus 10 actually is plus 20. Here, stealth skills plus 10 plus the modification plus 10, so it's the same. But it gives the boost to all stealth skills, which is lockpick included. So it would be the same, so I could just sell it. Sneak plus 10. Well, it's the same with stealth. But also personality attributes? Nah, I don't think I need it. Nice. Got the 33 weight.
I love Byzantium.
Wait.
What else are you going to find?
Oh no. Did I sell the fancy dress, or was it a quest item? Maybe it was a quest. Okay. Jesus. These clothes are much more attractive than a pair of overalls, perfect for special occasions or romantic evenings.
Cities like this.
But those are so far away.
There's so much garbage in that tab. The hell is this? Cakes. Harlow emblem.
I'm talking about Halcyon.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it.
I can't see it.
Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope.
No, we need to do another thing. Provided making every little thing perfect won't change Junlei's feelings.
I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done.
And we do need to go there for clothes.
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment.
I wonder if that weird glittering on the screen there is intentional. Because that kind of happens when you film it on the camera, but not with your own eyes. Or maybe it's just an effect because you're further away. There's a certain effect that is going on, but when you're further away, kind of must adapt. I don't know.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking. Captain, you're free to disembark.
Wait, I still need to talk. Hey, you!
All right. She's on her way. How do I look?
You okay? You're not wearing your dress.
Well, I hope Junlei's a little more impressed. Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right, all right.
So you look no different.
Here I go.
Sanjar donated these after you helped MSI. Ooh.
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What
That's
did
not
he say to that?
It's not a good dress.
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he...
And she doesn't even dress
Probably
up.
half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for
Oof.
talking back to him?
And you still wearing your goggles.
I always thought it was funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. You've got a capable crew. That speaks well of your leader.
We'll get the kitchen back to you soonish, promise. Sorry, mind your way?
Hey, Cap.
Something on your mind?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go. So I need to leave the ship. That's part of the quest. Even though everybody else are staying. I can still take Ellie. What? I mean, a poor body. So what do they wear?
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
It get cooler in here?
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
You want to bust my chops? Do it over drinks next time I'm on station.
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised. Some people just like to sass me because I don't bite back.
Itching to whack someone over the head? We can help with that.
Well, this is... I'm not sure if this is, Pores of coal? What is that? Maybe. She said that she doesn't like Spacer's Choice, but they did wear these helmets, I think. Some of them. I don't know, armored ballistics. I'm not sure even where I could find the armor. I can't just start killing them. Can you do it again? I want to see the animation. Ah.
Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military discount, health benefits, military burial.
Yeah, she's back already.
Training or weapon.
Dr. Fenhill, I hope you've reconsidered my offer to stay on full-time. My crew are never short on dents and bruises.
I'm trying to live a more balanced life. Gun in one hand, scalpel in the other.
I already knew it'd be easier to teach an automech heart surgery than to change your mind. Fair travels, Ellie.
Is that even possible? Automechs seem a little clumsy by nature.
They're risky, but the odds are still a little better than waiting for certain death.
We don't see a lot of competent surgeons on Groundbreaker. Dr. Fenhill is my on-again, off-again freelancer. I take it she'll be joining your crew full-time?
I don't like to put a label on things. Let's keep it casual.
If you ever decide to settle down, there's a home for you on Groundbreaker.
Hey, your clothes and your bike. Where? There's like a way down, but they're all friendly there. I guess these were the helmets that I saw. That could work. And that gear looks like this, which is exactly the the stuff one of my companion wears.
Bullshit. Wake up. What do you say we get out of here before we join whoever that was on the grill?
Quietly now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, just start killing them.
Hey, look who...
Alright, let's buy a bit of this, a bit of that. This, 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 this. And I don't think there's any more. Ooh. After having spent so many bits, you're likely to offer more bits when making a purchase. No.
And P, I can't believe it's not good. It's unbelievable how good it is.
Like, the perk points are not as valuable, they're not as interesting. There's no point sacrificing. Plus, now... I wish I could get their armor. Now, when there's no level cap, it's even worse. You can just wait until you get more perk points.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Maybe these guys respond?
Crossbow finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scan...
No. Alright, let's go.
You're adjusting before you pull.
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
I want all the details.
I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
So you laid out the meal, brought June in, and started the music?
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh," real soft. Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustbat casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarchist? Monarch person.
Monarchian sounds right. I wasn't sure about that guy. I'm glad the end result was good.
Sure was. Near best thing to homemade, Junlei said. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary. Said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain.
Smooth.
One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
Wait, she wrote a speech to declare her love?
She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right, especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes!
Hey, voice acting. Finally. What about your disinterest in physical affection? It doesn't really... She doesn't mention anything about physical affection, though. Still pretty much purely psychological.
We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it'd work, how I've had a bad time of it in the past. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that.
That was very sweet. Congratulations.
It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Ugh. Alright, Byzantium, I guess? To show off new clothes.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
That was Monarch. Wait, I got beats? What was that? Did she pay me again? Show Junlei. Yeah, fuck Junlei. We worked so hard and she just shows up in her overalls and greasy face. Bitch.
Remember that stranger I saw in the street?
Jolie Shears haberdashery. I like haberdashery as a word. sounds exactly what it is.
I can't wait.
If I do somehow drop dead in here, promise me you'll drag my corpse somewhere with monsters.
What can I do for you, darling?
Well, this doesn't work. Technically, I'm wearing the same helmet. Already, actually. Where is this outfit?
Like a
Oh, there we go.
star, darling. Square your shoulders. Hand on your hip. Eyebrow cocked. Yes. Perfect. My heart is all aflutter. One outfit left. Do hurry, my dear. The bird of inspiration is about to take flight.
How would she be able to tell which one is authentic and which one is not? She never was anywhere. Oh, that's the only side quest for now. I guess let's finish this then. I think the last one was Monarch? Wait, Iconoclast, Marauder, and Spacer. Marauder? Shit. Well, there's a bunch of Marauders in Edgewater, I
We
guess.
are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
I don't know what they wear. Retrofitted heavy power armor, yeah. Seems good.
Something there. Fine.
Oh, there we go.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. Good luck, Captain.
Spacer's chosen team. I like that.
I've always
Oh, how grotesque! I always suspected the dramas did no justice to real marauders. Their armor is so much more hideous in person. Yes, that's it. I have it. I know exactly what we're doing. Brace yourself, my dear. We're going to call this style Barbarian Chic. The saucy confidence of a spacer, the raw contempt of an iconoclast, the brutish musk of a marauder, and the pièce de résistance, monster leather. 1 part Mantiqueen chitin, 3 parts hide from a raptidon's flank, and let's say, 8 strips of primal leather. No, make that 10.
Do I need to do that too? Oh no. I was expecting a simple modeling job.
We're revolutionizing the fashion of Byzantium. Our work is anything but simple.
I'm not some backwater laborer, Celestia. I don't work for free.
I love the way you just smolder with contempt. It makes me want to spoil you. Here, treat yourself to a nice new gun or something. Get this done for me, and I'll have you strutting about in a Jolicoeur original. You will be the envy of Byzantium.
No. Why? I'm not going to do that. I hope we'll get it on the way, I guess.
I love Byzantium.
I'm sure we'll be killing them
Culture.
more at some point. Ugh. Alright.
Spacer's choice reflex
This is the place.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
How about Bluey Mary? I could use the drink.
Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there.
Aren't you the bartender?
Quite so, but I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical assistant does all the work for me.
I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, by all means, ask away.
What's like working in Byzantium?
I don't believe in work. Work is for automechanicals and lower classes.
Are you serious?
I don't mean to sound cruel. There's nothing wrong with working. It's just so unnecessary. Why bother? We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my investment.
Picked up any interesting rumors?
Maverick Johnston's about to release his new picture. From what I hear, they've already started shooting.
I should go.
Today's trends are tomorrow's trash.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails and pre-approved banter.
Pre-approved banter? How could I resist?
Request confirmed. Banter protocol activated. Welcome, attractive patron, to Billingsley's House of Inebriation. Studies have shown that drinking in the vicinity of extremely valuable objects, such as this automechanical bartender, can enhance the quality of your intoxication.
That's it.
Hey!
stand back. You. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times.
Didn't know I was talking to such a big shot.
Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest personal guard. Right here. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all.
What's so important about guarding Mr. Clark?
He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone.
This guy tries pretty hard. I like it. Congratulations.
Yep, I've nearly made it to the top, my friend. I'm just 2 promotions away from on-the-job bathroom breaks.
Anything you can tell me about Mr. Clark?
Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium-colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters.
You haven't met him, have you?
Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started.
How about I buy you a drink to celebrate your promotion?
That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Which one?
Allow.
A bottle of pure melted pack ice. Caffeine drink. Wait, that's caffeine. From our pole to your bowl, glacier water is the finest water-based beverage that bits can buy. But it has caffeine. Wait, I guess it's Glacier, meaning the brand Glacier. Well, let's buy the cheapest one.
Hey, look.
Here's to your promotion.
Here's to me. Hey, you're really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Please allow me.
Let's buy 4 in advance.
Hey, look.
Let's have another.
It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws, I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
Let's have another.
I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
What the fuck? Did he just die? Oh my god. Just kill the guy. That was weird. Couldn't he just went to sleep and then I would have just pickpocketed him? What was up with that?
It's not the best choice, it's the space.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
There's a ladder there. Does that mean I can just... Actually, what if I just... do crime? Yeah, I never tried that. I want to see what happens. Like, if they notice me doing crime,
What do you think you're doing?
and then I keep persuading them.
Don't tell
Here they
me,
come.
young leech.
Yeah, they just attack you.
Please don't hurt me!
Don't hurt me! No! Please don't! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Can we calm down? Are they all going to be always aggressive?
Don't hurt me!
These guys are not. Well, let's get back. Oh, was much more shallow. Don't I have the ID? Oh.
What?
Why does my like shroud or whatever doesn't work? Okay, how about I'll use my stealth. Armor. Ugh. Shit. Yeah, I think this
Saw something.
Don't mess with us!
What was that? What was that? What was that? I'd better take a look.
how about you don't? Why the reputation is decreased?
Huh. Guess I'm getting paranoid.
Mine's playing tricks on me.
There's the body, by the way. You don't care about it. Yeah, stealth's pretty basic. Wish I could see their like outlines. Oop. With higher stealth. Oop. He still sees me. Are they going to move at any point? God damn it.
Mom?
Shit.
Incoming!
Didn't even get our hands dirty.
Well, another goes down. Wait, what is our mission again? This state which is under heavy guard. He may be hard to reach, but he's apparently been hoarding the colony's reserves of dimethyl sulfoxide. So it's in his home. Is there any other way to get up? It seems like there's no way. I guess we could try to leave. We find like a window or something. Why my shroud doesn't work?
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here for Mr. Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
Sure, I am.
Sure you are. And what is it you're delivering today?
Death. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Alright, that's interesting. How do I know that I need to go there, though? What the fuck? Parcel service. No signs or anything? Nope.
Teach me that.
A fine day for parcel pickups, isn't it? Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy.
What exactly do you do here?
Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke.
So if someone needed a package delivered, they'd come here?
Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages.
What's the difference?
It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble.
Farewell.
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Move along.
I thought I could play like a parcel worker. Can I actually get on the other side somehow? It's just elevator. I guess I don't need stealth gear then. Back to my usual. Wait. Oh, no, I don't want to.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and undesirables, and your plan is to sit idly.
There's nothing to see here.
You know, that's just the sort of thing folks say when they're trying to hide something.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Deliver for the minister.
Yeah? Let's see it.
I've got this parcel right here.
Looks like your papers are in order. All right, go on through.
Thank you for your time. I didn't really need a key even. Just a bunch of dead guards. Wait, but they're still mad? Is it because I killed them before here? God damn it. I'm supposed to be like undercover though. Like, is there any way I could avoid killing more guards? I don't want the reputation being lower. Like, I don't see any way up except for this. But how are you... Will that work? Holy shit. Okay. Do I even need to talk to him?
You! You just slaughtered those guards, and for what? To speak with me? What could possibly be so urgent?
Minister Clark,
He knows
what a
about slaughtered
remarkable honor
guards.
it is to meet you.
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Seems like we're getting off on the wrong foot.
Have I not made myself clear? Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Calm down, I'm just here to ask you some questions.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I'm here for dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this guy is definitely not.
Will that be all, then?
They are not drugs, they are chemicals, and if you haven't been ordering them, who has?
Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
You mean Chairman Rockwell locked you up here?
You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
He's attempting to game the system, but he won't be able to get away with it forever. Eventually, Rockwell's house of cards will topple.
I dearly hope so, and you might be part of the equation. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Can I deliver the package? Why would he go through all this trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
Captain, we must investigate Rockwell. An injustice like this cannot go unchecked.
Indeed, it cannot. I can't overstate the urgency of the matter.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely pays.
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you
There it
don't
goes
help,
again.
who will? Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
The HHC headquarters.
Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth.
Seriously, I wouldn't trust to run you to run an empty warehouse.
I assure you, I didn't ask to be locked up and made to perform like a trained animal. But I'm attempting to make the best of an opportunity. I only hope you can do the same. Now, we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis District, along with the other major corporate and government facilities. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Tunnels sound good. I prefer a quiet approach. Or maybe not quiet. Can I just talk my way in? Obvious reasons?
They're rather dirty. There are also rumors of sprat infestations, faulty automechanicals, and other unsavory hazards, if that sort of thing bothers you.
It doesn't.
Suit yourself. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
What used to be your office?
Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense.
How did you manage to hang onto your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Ew.
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Obviously, the chairman surrounds himself with the cream of Byzantium's elite.
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
Well, thank you for your help.
Wait. Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
What the Earth is gonna do? Like, they're so far away. You need to figure things out on your own here. Like, what are they gonna do? Send troops and they will arrive in like 50 years? What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're awful trusting for a guy who's been locked in his own house for years.
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash.
How long will that take?
Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat.
But if it works, it will be worth it.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
I trust no one everywhere. Will the guards be still... They're still aggressive! I guess they're guarding him, not actually protecting.
Something's not right.
What's my board reputation now? Vendor prices increased by 10%. Still neutral. Iconoclast, 100 positive, 100 negative. Nervous status. You are neutral to this faction, it says, even though they are aggressive. Weird.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and
Max, you're always going on about destiny. What did your mother do?
She was a simple laborer.
And your father?
The same.
And you ended up a preacher how?
Delusion. I could not accept a life that I felt was beneath me, so I convinced myself that
I
becoming a
guess
vicar
it's
would
very
solve all my
similar to
problems.
her backstory too.
In a strange way, it did. Eventually.
Still kind of the same sky. Alright, Chairman's office. I might try to just talk my way in. But gotta go on the break. I'll continue in about an hour or so. I'm gonna grab something to eat. Right, see ya.